Public service vehicles are actually preparing when it comes to prevention of the coronavirus, case that's already in the country? How well are they protecting their passengers? And to have this conversation with us in the studio this morning is Kushan Mushiri, who is the chairperson of the Matatu and Bodaboda Federation. Thank you so much, Mr. Mushiri, for talking to us here on KTN News Center. So now, yesterday we heard from your colleagues that they cannot afford to buy sanitizers. They want the government to do that.
Yes. Thank you very much for bringing me here. And I want to be very honest to Kenyans that I think the government is not being serious about this fight about the coronavirus. As you saw, the journalists there reporting that we are having the bus stations have these sanitizers and the masks on. I can tell you all this is PR exercise by the government. When they are going somewhere, like yesterday when the CS Mashari was going there, you would see some people having masks and everything. But immediately they leave, there's none. Because that group that took him there had already anticipated he's going there and put systems in place.
But as much as Mr. Mushiri,
yes.
Allow me to cut you short, as much as you're saying that the government is failing Kenyans when it comes to prevention within the public sector, transport public sector, when it comes to prevention rather, don't you think you Matatu and bodaboda operators need to play your role because the government cannot do everything?
Let me tell you something. We have really played our role as an industry because one of the industries that will be most affected is the Matatu and the bodaboda industry because we are the ones getting into contact with with different people from all places that we don't know all the time. Now, the problem is this. When the government gave the directive that we go find these sanitizers, we went to the shops. The sanitizers were 300 shillings that we bought. Now they are 1,700 shillings. And not only is the price just unimaginable, they are not even being found in the shelves. Now, this is not a Kenyan affair. This is a global pandemic. Why can't the government use all those billions it's getting from international and the ones we have here to buy these sanitizers? If they have to rent a jet from whichever country it is and bring those sanitizers, gloves, temperature guns, and issue to our circles, we are more than willing to comply.
But Mr. Mushiri,
yes.
It takes me back to what I'd asked you earlier.
Yeah.
You want the government to buy for you this necessary equipment.
Yes.
Is it that the Matatu industry cannot afford, or is it that you want the government to do everything? Yours is just to protect Mwananchi who's using the Matatu.
Let me tell you something. People think that Matatu industry is making a lot of money. But on the contrary, vehicle owners are being auctioned left, right, center. Because you might think that a 14-seater makes 10,000. No, it makes even 1,500 or 1,000 a day, as you see it. That's why most of the Kenyans, if you go on an investment platform and tell somebody to invest in Matatu, even you, if I tell you, maybe you say, no, Matatu, no. Because we are not making money. So when you tell me to be buying a sanitizer worth 1,700 a day, yet I'm making 1,000, that is out of question.
So what precautionary measures have your drivers and touts put in place?
You can see some of them are having handkerchiefs. They are trying to tie handkerchiefs around their mouths, and the conductors. We have stooped that low in trying to protect ourselves. And we are protecting ourselves from passengers who cannot do an arm's length from the next passenger because the next passenger has to be here. And it's not only in the Matatu. Even in the aeroplanes, you cannot tell a passenger afanya namna hii. That means achukue viti tatu.
All right.
So now what I'm trying to say is this. There are billions that have been donated to this government. And we've seen it on the media. And there is also the money we pay as taxes as Kenyans, which is supposed to be the one to protect us in these kind of things. We want the government to do the same thing it does when there's other forums like BBI, which we support, and is about to use 20 billion on the same process. Let it put that BBI to next year. Maybe we shall support it still. But buy these sanitizers, buy these gloves, buy these masks, so that at every stage, every bus terminal, we have those things ready.
All right.
Passenger akiingia, anajifunga mask, anapewa sanitizer na glove, anaingia, anashuka. The business of this government is to protect life and property of Kenyans.
So you're saying passenger akiingia apewe gloves?
Yes.
Gloves rather.
Yeah.
Apewe hand sanitizer.
No, si apewe, anyunyiziwe tu.
Anyunyiziwe?
Yes.
Apanguze kwa mkono?
Yes.
Na unasema akae chini, aanze safari yake?
Yes.
And that is very expensive for the Matatu industry, and that's why you're
Very
saying that
expensive.
the government needs to step in.
Yes.
But the other cheaper alternative that the government has also been talking about, because not everyone can afford hand sanitizer, is clean water and soap.
But now the problem is here. Even in Nairobi itself, we are having problems with water. You can see hawkers left, right, and center with the carts carrying water. Water is a very expensive commodity in Nairobi. You cannot even getting that water in itself is a problem.
So are we saying that without all this, you will continue operating without caring about the health of Kenyans?
We care about the health of Kenyans. And even some Kenyans, most Kenyans who care about their health, you will see them trying to put all manner of things, scarves and around their mouths, to cover their mouths. And that is the best we can do. But the government, which we pay taxes to, has money, enough money to buy all these things and supply them at our bus terminals, even if they have to concentrate on Nairobi alone. Because I fail to wonder. I think President Uhuru has akona shida kidogo from the people he trusts with the Matatu industry, with okay, I'll not talk much about the new cabinet health secretary, cabinet secretary, but from the transport industry, he's really being misadvised.
All right, but away from that, one of the directives that the president gave on Sunday is, advising Kenyans and companies to go cashless. So how is the Matatu industry preparing itself for this cashless, mode of payment?
Okay, for that one, we support the government 100%. And I want to laud the president for announcing a move that was almost immediately effected. The one for Safaricom and the mobile people reducing the rates, which we are trying now to, as a federation, the bodaboda and the Matatu chairman, we are trying to tell the people on the ground that they really need to emphasize on people to lipa na M-Pesa to the conductors, then we can offload the conductor in the evening. So that we are trying, and we applaud that move. But the truth of the matter is, yes, I might not touch the money. But what about this guy that does not have a mask and is coughing in the car? Immediately somebody sneezes, everybody is outside the window. What about the one that is not near the window? We can even have accidents on the road of people heads being crushed as they try to remove their heads out because somebody has sneezed 2 times in the car. So what we are saying is simple. Let the government, like now I have seen a billionaire from some other country, it was in the internet, who has donated masks. I think masks worth around 100,000 masks. Why can't the government? And the government has the muscle, and even donor aid is coming for this reason.
So
let the government provide these masks and tell us.
So, Mr. Mushiri,
yes.
Was the Matatu and Bodaboda Federation, which you chair, you're the chairperson of this
federation?
Yes,
I'm the chair of the Matatu.
Have a consultative meeting with the government, because there was a meeting last week on Tuesday, that was attended by Matatu operators. And if this is the concern that you're raising right now, same concern that was echoed yesterday by your colleagues, did this arise during that meeting in case you attended the meeting?
I can tell you this without fear of contradiction. You see, when you see Cabinet Secretary Macharia attending a press conference and talking, and even the BBRR is talking about inclusion, he's the king of exclusion.
When it comes
to the Matatu industry, he chooses some few people who he wants, who always sing to his tune.
So can you substantiate,
he does
Mr.
not.
Mushiri?
Like now, he said
Mushiri,
there are 6 associations.
Mr. Mushiri, can you substantiate your statement that you were not included in that meeting?
I was not included, and the 2 associations that are always left out of Masharia's meetings are the 2 associations that carry almost the entire Kenya, because the ones that he has don't even own Matatus, most of them. And this is something we've tried. We are even in court with the CS, because why do you discriminate? Some of the people that were behind him when he was making a presser are in court with the Matatu industry players of Nairobi for conning them millions of money. And
as we wind up,
yes,
Mr. Mushiri, your statement to the government and also to Kenyans at large, because this industry will really be affected. You know, either Kenyans will stop using PSVs and this will lead to a shutdown and people losing their jobs.
I can tell you this. It's very sad. And I wish our President, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, is watching this right now. And if he's not, let somebody reach this message to him. In the only 5% of Kenyans, below 5% of Kenyans, own private means of transport. The rest are on the public means of transport. And in the event that this pandemic was to go out of proportion, majority of Kenyans live hand to mouth. That means they have to go to their places of work for that day so that they can get their meal in the evening. So it is not a matter of tafadhali. It's a matter of let the government use these billions that it's getting to give every Matatu Sacco and Company Limited that glove, that the mask, so that when a passenger enters the vehicle with a sanitized hand and this is covered, even if he sneezes, the person seated next is comfortable and can go to work, and the people will have food in the evening. Because if a total lockdown happened in this country, I can assure you the government of Kenya will not be able to take food to every household in Kenya like it's being done in China or America.
Mr. Kushe Mushiri, thank you for coming, the chairperson of Matatu and Bodaboda Federation. But we need to make this very clear to Kenyans that the use of mask is not for everyone. It is for medics who are coming into contact with the patient or the people who have been infected by the coronavirus. So it's just important to use hand sanitizer. Wash your hands with clean water and soap. Because as much as you use hand sanitizer without washing our hands very well, we're not doing much. And the other thing is self-quarantine, bringing us to the end of the conversation. Thank you so much, Kushan Mushiri, who's the chairperson of the Matatu and Bodaboda operators, talking to us about the measures that have been put in place within the Matatu sector. But a lot needs to be done, as I said. There's need to be there's need for, a conversation between the government and people, the players in this industry. My name is Brenda Zederadido. Let's have a date tomorrow, same time, same place. In the next 30 minutes, Nicholas Ombo will be up next with Leo Mashinani. God bless.